Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Proverbs 315. Proverb today is give a beggar a horse, and he'll ride it to death. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot? Do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone says give a beggar a horse and he'll ride it to death, it means that if a poor person suddenly comes into wealth, especially without really earning it or putting in the effort to get it, he'll use it in negative or irresponsible ways. Another version of the same proverb is set a beggar on a horseback and he'll ride it to the devil. Okay, let's continue here. The phrase is an offshoot of the proverb, if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. That's the one I had just previously done. So this one actually kind of formed from that one. Let's continue. Our proverb today suggests that a beggar or a poor person does not know how to use wealth or high standing and will most likely squander it away. Okay, and we got 4 examples to kind of show this idea. Here's the first one. A statistic by the National Endowment for Financial Education states that about 70% of all lottery jackpot winners or people who suddenly come into a windfall will go bankrupt within a few years. Is proof of the phrase, give a beggar a horse and he'll ride it to death. Okay, so this is a real statistic. This is a true statistic. It always surprised me. I always heard there were a lot of people, but I never knew it was really as high as 70%. So 70% of those lottery jackpot winners usually go bankrupt within a couple of years because they never learned how to handle money. They never learned the value of a dollar, and they just ended up squandering it away, and they lost it all within just a few years. Some of them end up even poorer than they were before they won the jackpot. But it's not only that, it could be somebody else that comes into a windfall. I did a YouTube video on that one a while back too. That means when somebody just suddenly gets a lot of money, maybe they inherited or whatever, it just fell into their lap somehow, where again, they didn't put in the effort to earn it. All right, let's go on. Okay, good. So yeah, is proof to the phrase to give a beggar a horse, he'll ride it to death. So meaning that actually statistic kind of proves it or goes along with it. All right, here's another one. I remember I once heard a quote that if a rich person gave all his wealth to a poor person within 5 years, their wealth status would be reversed again. Yeah, I forget. I tried to look for it. I couldn't find it. But I always remember it when I had heard it. So the idea was if the very wealthy person gave all his money to the poor person and the poor person gave the little money that he had to the rich person, that within 5 years, the rich person that gave his money away would be rich again, and the person who was poor, who received all the money from the wealthy person, would be poor again. So both of these ideas play to this sort of to this proverb. All right, let's look at the third one. Give a beggar a horse and he'll ride it to death is not always true. So luckily this isn't always true, because even here, 70%, that means, maybe 30% figured out how to use the money after they got it, or maybe they already had some wealth, but they didn't squander it away. They still held on to their wealth. So it doesn't happen to everyone, but too often it is. So too often this is true. And here's the last one. If you don't want to become a statistic of the proverb, give a beggar a horse and he'll ride it to death, you must learn how to invest your money, or at least handle your money, or to be good with your money, or at least not to squander or waste your money. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.